Look into my eyes. Anyway, new one from Living Free Mike. What do we get in this one? We get some more food, some gloppy food that Rick paid for. I guess that's his friend out there. We got some shots of them walking around the big tent there. You know, that's what you do in Quartzsite. They have that big tent with all those booths and people selling things and all that other cool stuff. And we'll get to that in just a second because there's something really cool at that big tent that I want. And anyway, what else do we get from Mike? We got Mike getting driven around. He doesn't drive himself anymore. He's chauffeured everywhere he goes. But we did. Again, does his RV even run? That's the question. Remember, we had that over the summer. Does the RV even run? But one day he went out and started it. Yeah, it runs. Yeah. I don't know. We never see him going anywhere in it anymore. But anyway, so yeah, he's been out in Quartzsite since October. So anyway. The phone. Everybody wants to know about that $900 and some phone he wanted. Well, he managed to find a reconditioned or refurbished phone on eBay for a significantly less cost. So I guess maybe the pressure of everybody, you know, BITCHING, you know, saying, hey, come on, you don't need to spend $300 or $900 on a phone. I don't know how much he paid for the new one, but it was considerably less than that. The $900 price. And he said, you know, he needs a fancy phone because he does, I guess, most of his editing and stuff on the phone. And he says that you know, more expensive phones are more reliable and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is what caught my eye there at the big tent there in Quartzsite. This is cool. This is a classic old Zenith shortwave radio. You know, if I was there in Quartzsite right now and I saw this for $50, now, I don't know, does this even work? Even still, it would just, you know, cleaned up and it would look so good. It would look just so nice sitting around, you know, on a shelf somewhere. A classic Zenith shortwave radio. I don't know, this is the 60s. The 50s maybe, I don't know. It's just so cool looking, isn't it? Don't you think it is? Mike, you should have bought that. Just haul it around. You know, maybe it still works, you know. Maybe you can, I don't know. You probably get some pretty good radio reception there in the desert at night. All right, we were talking yesterday. We were talking this morning, I think, about Mary Maxi minibus, minibus Mary Maxi. Mary the minivan maxi bus lady. Anyway, we talked about her this morning, and she was talking. That's not her, by the way. This is Travelin K. This is Travelin K Caravan. Yes. What they do, you know, I'm getting all mixed up here. Mary this morning had a video up where she talked about stuff she's learned over the last year. You know, you get out on the road and you learn things about, you know, breaking down and how to fix things and when your vehicle doesn't start and whatever. Okay, you learn. It's a big learning curve. Anyway, Travelin Kay from New Zealand, also Kay, she talks about her mistakes of the past 4 years, and one of them is, of course, the brakes and how to preserve your brake pads, because if you're doing a lot of mountainous driving or hills and stuff, you know, you don't want your brakes burning out and needing constant repair, and so she's gives us some advice. Gently pump your brakes rather than just jam on them real hard, and you'll preserve the pads and they'll last longer and you'll save some money. And some other cool tips for caravanning. If you know, in America, it's, I guess you'd call it trailer. A caravan is a trailer, whatever. Anyway, what they say caravan, we say trailer. But anyway, good advice no matter whether you're in New Zealand or New Brunswick, New Jersey. Some good advice. Whatever, yeah. New Mexico, New Brunswick, or New Zealand, it's all the same. Gently pump your brakes. We want to do a shout out to the Steaming Bean up there in northern Saskatchewan. We got to shout him out. Lost 24 pounds so far this year. Good work, Steaming Bean. Yeah, he's a teacher up there, way up there in the on the tundra of northern Canada. Anyway, one of the nice things, though, about living up there, there's, you know, not a lot of Wendy's and McDonald's and Burger Kings all over the place. You know, he has to drive quite a ways to get to a big fast food outlet. So I guess that makes it maybe a little easier to lose some weight. But anyway, so yeah, Flim Flon, Manitoba. I guess that's where all the fast foodie places are. That's a good drive anyway. So anyway, congratulations to Mr. Bean, and good for him. A healthier new year for sure. Speaking of healthy eating, check out Mark Funnel Cake Jones here. What's for dinner? I mean, this looks pretty good, actually. It's certainly better than those gloppy, greasy burgers we see him consuming there in Quartzsite. He's got some, yeah, there's some meat on there, but there's some spinach, some of this avocado crap you can buy at Walmart. Yeah, some nice. Yeah, he's got some healthy food there. Yeah, check it out. What's for dinner there in Hendersonville? I thought that was tomato. I was going to say put lots and lots of tomato. That's some looks like pepperoni-ish crap. That's probably not terribly healthy for you. I don't know, man. I don't know. It looks not too bad. I don't know, man. Anyway, that's not too bad anyway. So now that I'm looking at it, there is some good stuff in there, but there's also some. It tastes good, I'm sure, but I don't know if I want to eat that every night. Yeah, no, Mark's good. Everything's good. Don't worry about it. Good for you, Mark. Spray on ceramic glass protecting spray. It's a ceramic glass protecting spray. If you got an Airstream and you want to preserve that beautiful aluminum look there, the shininess, the brightness of it. If you want to preserve it, you got to spray it with this ceramic glass stuff, according to Long Long Honeymoon, called Nano Shield. And man, does it look sweet. How's it looking? That is really sweet. Anyway, check it out, Long Long Honeymoon. Yeah, the Airstreams are so nice. I used to really like it when Let's Truck More Journey had that Airstream. That was so cool. They kept it for about 10 minutes and then they sold it. And all right, check them out, Long Long Honeymoon. If there's one thing that is really special about Quartzsite, according to everybody, are the beautiful sunsets. This is my Scamp trailer, USA Adventures, Travel Trailer Adventures. Got a problem there. He kind of blew the fuse, plugged in too many things to his power stuff in his vehicle, his trailer, whatever, and it blew the whole electronics out. The whole thing went crap. Had his heater running, and then he plugged in the coffee thing, and then everything just went pop, black, bloop, blop, bloop. Now all of his receptacles don't work, so he's got to get that all fixed up with some, anyway. Well, nothing is easy when you're living nomadically, If you lived in an apartment, you pop a circuit breaker, you go back and reset it, and you're back in business. But when you're in a vehicle, I don't know, man. It's, everything's harder. Good shot of his Scamp back there. Yeah, isn't that kind of what Slim Potato has these days, right? It's pretty neat. So, okay. Let's hope. Power back on. Letters. Confabulous Cruisers Creative Confabulations writes, if every day is a wonderful day, they're liars. If every day is awful, they're whiners. If they have both good and bad days, they're bad too. Life is a mix of good and bad, highs and lows. If a YouTube entertainer wants to try for a real feeling, it seems they'd want to show them both. Yeah. I don't know. We do see there. I don't know. We see the channels that show everything bad. We show the channels that show everything's wonderful. Then we show the channels where people are really down, and then the next time they're really up. And sometimes it's all over the place. Pat says, I'd be concerned about buying a budget Class A RV that's a gas guzzler and requires quite a bit of maintenance. Yeah. And then you need a place to park it. That's right. James, Wanderlust Estate, just bought one of those. And a lot of people are saying it's going to cost a lot of money to keep that thing up and running. Because, it is an older Class A. And it's going to guzzle gas. It's going to guzzle the gas, that's for sure. And it's going to be a little harder to park, and it's not going to be able to go off-road as easily. I don't know. It's going to be, that'll be content, breaking down a lot. James, Wanderlust Estate. It's going to be interesting seeing how this all works out. Talking about how Tom Green was, on MTV. Rob says that Tom Green is mainly known for being married to Drew Barrymore. He married into greatness, huh? Cindy says, I was not being nice when I was trying to get a good screen grab of Carolyn's RV life. You men just like making fun of our looks. No, I do the same thing with guys. I mean, I'll try to get a good screen grab of myself even. Try doing that. I'll just pause, and it's like, it's hard to get a good screen grab of anybody, man or woman. Dogs, now dogs are different. A dog, every screen grab is good, but people, they make it look pretty funny. TJ's new life, he wonders if Chrome really does any significant traveling most of the time. I don't know. I've said that about some nomads, and I'm not going to point out Van City Van Life as somebody who does that, but we do see certain nomads that they pretend like they're traveling when they're just driving around a few miles. They park and then they act like they're, have gone, they're literally, they do all their videos within like a 10-mile radius of where they currently are, and it just kind of makes it look like they're traveling a lot. TJ's new life says, that Van City Van Life makes out like he can't stay in one place for more than one night. He moves every day, but he actually never does anything very far. He's just, first off, British Columbia is gosh darn beautiful. So you just drive 5 miles and park somewhere else, and it's just as gorgeous and beautiful. Then you drive 3 miles over there and park for another night, and it's beautiful. And so you're only doing a little circle, and it looks like, oh, wow, look at all this traveling. He is just driving around the same town and hills over and over, but you think he travels. I don't know. As I said, that's TJ saying that. As I said, I would like to see Chrome actually really go. And he did. He's gone over to the east side of Canada, and he got all that work done in Ontario, and then he drove all the way back. So he does do some traveling. But I do think day to day when he's out in the Vancouver area, he's just kind of circling Vancouver. We were talking about Venture 4-wheel drive getting that new Revel, Revel. I guess it's Revel. I don't know, Revel. Von Dutch says those vehicles, they're gorgeous, beautiful, big camper vans. It's got the Mercedes logo on the front. It's, Winnebago builds out this beautiful camper van on there. And Von Dutch says, they're not 100,000, they're more like 200,000. They're beautiful. And I got to wonder, Chris there, Venture 4WD, I'm wondering if he didn't do some sort of a deal. We got that 30 and a wake up guy that also does the really beautiful Winnebago van. You wonder if some of these nomads do deals with certain, like Winnebago, and maybe they get either a discounted price or free use of or something. I don't know, but they're absolutely gorgeous vehicles. And that was my concern about Chris at Venture 4WD, was part of the joy of his channel is how he gets in that Jeep and just goes every kooky place, little tiny cow pastures up the mountain, And he's not going to be able to do that so much with this much larger vehicle, I don't know. Cutlass Rudd says 4WD, that's Venture 4WD, has only 62K subs, which doesn't even equal a $100,000 camper van. Well, I don't know. Maybe he really bought it. I don't know. Camping Steve has over 400,000 subs and can barely keep an old Hyundai on the road. Well, the other thing with subs is, yes, you do get paid via subs, but as Chris Seliga says, Chris of Venture 4-wheel drive also makes money from Patreon. And, there are other sources. So, he's making more money than you would think he would get from his AdSense on his YouTube channel, right? Chris Seliga says, I feel the real money on YouTube nowadays is from sponsors and Patreon and not AdSense. And that's very good point. AdSense, I think, really has taken a huge hit in the last year, 2020, and is already off for a lot of folks for January of 2021. But, yes, Patreon, merch sales, PayPal, other things Yeah, and the super chats, those live super chats, can certainly make up the difference. From and then some on that slumping AdSense ad revenue. And a lot of people wondering whatever happened to C.R. Boger. C.R. Boger, I believe, is a guy in New Mexico who did all those parody channels. There are certain nomads we don't talk about that he focused on. And then all of a sudden, what was it, last fall, his channel just went away. Like, bloop, bloop, it magically, mysteriously disappeared. And we still get a lot of people asking, where is that C.R. Boger guy? I don't know. Squirrel Bait says he retired because somebody, I guess, revealed too much data about who he really was. We never knew who he was. He never put himself up there. We never knew his name. We never knew who he was. All we kind of knew was he was in somewhere in the mountains of New Mexico. I don't know, man. C.R. Boger, if you're out there, drop me an email at camodave@gmx.com and let me know what happened, okay? Just for the record. Bushwhacker says, hey, Camo, for some interesting content and drama, consider wearing a wig from now on. I ought to go down to the dollar store or whatever and get some kooky wigs. Just wear, I don't know, I don't know. What? One of those beetle haircut wigs. Yeah, all right. Anyway, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Letters, I can't say that. Letters, and more for the 11th of January 2021. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to not wear any underwear. Vlog under.